Hi, my name is Reese Northcutt, and today I'm going to be talking about how we can avoid something called critical apathy and replace it with critical loyalty. This is about learning how to navigate our environment, our media environment, so that we can feel empowered to take action and not feel discouraged and not act at all. So, why does this matter, and what is the background on this? So, our democracy only works if citizens are informed and engaged, and the media plays a huge role in how the world is being shaped. There's a bunch of issues that we need to pay attention to, and with those issues, if we aren't informed, we won't know if we should take a step and make a difference or not make a difference at all. So if we don't know how the media influences us, we risk becoming passive instead of active participants in a civic life. And in today's media, it can pull us into two different directions. It can pull us into polarization and distraction, and we can spend more time reacting to surface level information and less time deeply understanding the information that we are being given. And many of us end up skimming headlines or relying on one source to make it easier to be misinformed or polarized, so we don't know what's truly happening. So, what is critical apathy? Critical apathy is when we have skills to think critically, but we don't feel like our actions will make a difference as an individual. So we might recognize bias, misinformation, or missing context, but instead of engaging or trying to act on what we see as wrong, we just disengage and don't even worry about it. And so an example of that would be saying, as a person, nothing I do will matter, which is a huge issue because we may be frustrated and think that nothing I say on and put out there on the internet will even be seen and that it won't do a difference. But the problem is not enough people feel the way to have a change, that everybody is not being able to make that change, if that makes sense. So critical loyalty is the problem solver. It's the solution to our critical apathy. So critical loyalty is the opposite mindset. And it means that if you can hold strong beliefs, but you are still willing to listen to evidence and consider new perspectives, even if it adjusts our views a little bit and when it calls for it. So if we are listening to someone else's point of view, we are okay with taking in that information, and maybe it might lead you into a different step. So it also means having respectful conversations with people that you disagree with, whether that's starting from shared values instead of jumping straight into the conflict that you guys are having. Critical loyalty keeps us engaged, even when the conversation is tough. So a couple tips on how we can practice to be more have more critical loyalty than critical apathy. And so to take action, there's three simple ways. And the first way is to diversify your news diet. So to do this, you don't have to just stick to one source. Diversifying your news diet means read from credible outlets with different perspectives so you get the bigger and fuller picture. And that will help you get more, more true information and less misinformation so that you know what you are talking about and what you can do to help fix that problem. For the second one, use engaging respectfully. So to do this, to engage respectfully, you need to ask questions, listen actively, and focus on understanding or debating. And with this, we can grow together and come into a common solution instead of just bashing on each other for having different views. The last tip that I am giving is to take small actions. To take small actions doesn't mean you have to just like something on the media just for it to be shown, but you can sign petitions, attend a local meeting, contact your representatives, or share reliable information with your network. All these small steps add up to make a difference. You can make a difference. So in conclusion, we can't control everything about the media environment, but we can control how we respond to it. So, if we slow down and think critically and take action, and even in small ways, we can push back against the cycle of outrage and passivity. um, so we can use that call to action and truly step into a place where we know that we can make a difference, and not just thinking that everything we do won't do anything, and that we actually do have a voice and we can be heard. So, a challenge that I could give people who are listening to this is, when you feel powerless and you feel that you aren't going to be able to fix something, don't just scroll past. You can start with a thoughtful conversation, or look into a credible source, or take a small action with the tips I have given you. And that's how we move from critical apathy to critical loyalty. And that's how we strengthen both our media environment and our democracy.